Hey, welcome. Today we're diving into a mindset shift that is, well, it's pretty powerful. It's all about the difference between waiting around for a blessing and realizing you are the blessing. Let's get into it. So, let's start with the big question right out of the gate. Are you someone who is blessed, or are you the blessing itself? Now, that might sound like just a small twist of words, but trust me, the shift in perspective is absolutely massive. Let's unpack what that really means.
To really get our heads around this idea, we actually have to go way back. I'm talking thousands of years, to a foundational promise that really sets the stage for everything.
Okay, notice the really specific language here. When God spoke to Abraham, the promise wasn't just, hey, I'm going to bless you. No, it was, thou shalt be a blessing. This wasn't just a one-time gift. It was about establishing an identity, a divine lineage that was meant to be passed on. And this is the part that connects it all to us today. That ancient promise was never meant to just stop with Abraham. It was specifically designed to flow through generations, creating a direct line to believers now.
And boom, here it is. This scripture right here is the bridge. It basically says that if you belong to Christ, then you are Abraham's seed, which makes you a direct heir to that original, powerful promise. So this isn't just some old story. It's presented as your spiritual inheritance, right here, right now. So if you're an heir to this promise, what does that actually mean? What does it look like? This brings us to the core idea we're talking about, that huge shift from just getting a blessing to literally being the blessing. This comparison just lays it all out so clearly. Think about it. Seeking a blessing is all about looking for something external, right? Something you hope to get. But being the blessing, that's an internal identity. It's not about what you get, it's about who you fundamentally are. It's the difference between hunting for treasure and suddenly realizing the treasure is already inside you, just flowing out. So what exactly is the blessing in this context? Well, according to the source material, it's not some abstract idea or just a bit of good luck. It's defined as a living, active force within you, the tangible, manifested favor of God that actually resides in a believer.
I absolutely love this quote from the source because it just nails the active role we're meant to play. You're not just a container for blessings. You are a distributor. You are literally positioned to be a source of God's favor and grace to everyone and everything around you.
Okay, so if this is true, what does it actually look like day to day? What happens when this living force, when you show up in a particular place or a situation? Let's look at the practical effects.
The devotional suggests that your very presence carries this incredible potential. I mean, think about this. When you walk into a room, prosperity arrives. When you join a team, progress kicks in. Your influence can open doors that were shut and completely transform people's lives. Your arrival literally changes the atmosphere. Just let that sink in for a second. This means your presence in your home, at your job, in your city, it's a divine advantage to that place. You're not just another employee or another neighbor. You are a solution. You're an agent of positive change, just by being there. Okay, so this all sounds incredibly empowering, right? But the big question is, how do you make this your actual lived reality? Let's shift gears to the practical application, how you can cultivate this mindset and actually live it out every single day.
The source breaks it down into 3 really clear steps. First, you have to acknowledge that this is your true identity. You just accept it. Second, you actively cultivate a consciousness of it. You start thinking and acting from this reality. And third, you reinforce it by actually speaking it out loud.
And that third step, the declaration, can be as simple as this. The devotional recommends this as a daily reminder to really build this into your default way of thinking. I am blessed and I'm a blessing. I'm a divine advantage everywhere I go. Simple, but so powerful.
Now this is the full confession from the devotional, and it's so powerful because it ties everything we've talked about together. It's identifying yourself as Abraham's seed, recognizing that God's blessing flows in and through you, and then declaring your role as a solution and an advantage who brings prosperity, peace, and progress. It is a bold, bold claim of your identity and your purpose.
So we'll end with this question for you to take away. If you truly started to believe this, that you are a divine advantage, how will you show up differently tomorrow? How might that change your approach at home or at work or just in your community? Definitely something to think about. Thanks so much.